So we get the two home movies in one plot. The original joke of borrowing an item after an impactful revelation still lands and has a sufficient hook. Dennis takes the news in his stride, but there's pamphlets and talk and Dee and Mac in the car. It's a little awkward is how it's played, but the elephant in the room is the basketball. The gang return to the bar to talk about his cancer, presumably after the basketball game. Dennis claims to have held him for some time. Dee has psych insights. A plan is hatched to find Charlie a girl from the bar, but girls don't come to parties, except for Eric Sorodowski's cousin Carmen, leading to her altercation with Mac. Carmen seems to naturally soothe Mac's ego, so she must be bad news for the bar. The coffee shop. Mary Elizabeth Ellis's vocal acting is just deadpan dripping disinterest. Her charity awareness bracelet inspires some critical fashion commentary from Dee. Niggling scepticism, but valid. Dee is enlisted to Dennis's scheme if she gets to punch Mac in the face. Fairly reasonable. Another first with Artemis Dubois, hot, in your face, and about to be unemployed, which is another Charlie problem for Dee. This episode is thematically consistent. The other central joke, a trans woman played by a woman, also lands. I dread that some may think this is intended as Howe's comedy rather than Carlin Hicks' insightful comedy. Carmen is a marker that the creators get good trans representation. And now it's Mac rotating to that awkward spot. Dennis advocates for Charlie to the waitress and has his demon's ego blown, so the waitress is in on the plan. Mac uses the cancer magnet to woo Carmen. The waitress takes Charlie on a date, efficiently played out through montage. Artemis makes Dennis feel uncomfortable. He's not a fan of her body size or confident sexuality. Charlie returns in a great mood. Mac demonstrates his propensity for being unliked. Turns out Charlie has hatched a whole cancer plan for dates, which puts him on a Dennis level of creepiness. Seemed out of character for him, but it does strengthen the idea that the gang feed off each other's nefariousness to shape their own future evilness. I like when an adorable Charlie can sit well alongside his sheer terrifying aspect. Mac is on the run, arriving in a heated argument to gloat about giving the trans allies a slip. The repeated use of Carmen's descriptor as the tranny is something the writers have apologised for, but I have no issues with it because it's the gang's referral. Dennis and Mac think nothing of it because they are lowlifes. They don't care. It's a prism in which the slur is framed in context. There are a few circumstances in which slurs can legitimately be used, and all of those exist within a place to devalue them and ridicule those using them. Dennis and Mac seek justice from the waitress, their refusal to learn her name, another permutation of this. The pimp's plan does not go well. In summary, this episode doesn't have a lot of laughs. It does have two major new supporting characters, Artemis and Carmen, and a lot of textual character. It has a plot structure which I love, each character on a course that is labyrinthian. It fills 23 minutes sunny side up.